Hello guys, welcome back to class. So in this session, we'll see more about variables. So previously, we divided the variables into two categories. What are the two types of variables we have? Types of variables, what we discussed, guys. One is the primitive variables. Second is reference variables. Primitive and reference. Primitive and reference. And we have seen differences also, right? You have a difference table also in the booklet. Differences, primitive, depending on this category is depending on data type. Depending on data type, you are dividing the variables into two categories: primitive variables and reference variables. That is based on whether you are using primitive data type or reference user defined data type, right? Another category is there. Again, types of variables. This you can divide into three categories depending on the location where you are declaring. Depending on the location where you are declaring. One is the instance variables. Instance variables. Here it is only introduction we are going to see. Second is the static variables. Third, the local variables. Right? Instance, static, and local. So more about these three, deep we'll study in the object-oriented concepts. Once the OOP starts, we'll here just introduction I'm giving. We need these basics for some time. So consider a class. Hello. If you declare a variable inside a class directly, int a semicolon. If you declare a variable inside a class directly, A and B are declared inside a class directly, right? A and B are declared inside a class directly, direct member of a class. If you declare with the static keyword, without static keyword, A is declared without static keyword, which is called as instance variable. And variable declared inside a class directly with the static is called as static variable. So both are class only, right? Both are members of a class, directly part of a class. With the static keyword, static variable. Without static keyword is called as non-static. Instance is also called as non-static, not a static. Instance variable or non-static variable. Static variable, non-static variable. Instance variable, static variable, right? Now, if you write a method, you can have a methods inside a class. Suppose I am writing a method show. Inside this method, you can declare a variable. See, I declared inside a method. The variable declared inside a method is called as local variable. This is local to the particular method where it is declared. For example, now inside a show method, can I use the A variable? I am printing A. Yes, you can. I am printing B. Yes, you can. I am using C. Yes, you can. Class level variables. These two are the class level, right? Declared inside a class. Those can be used in any method. So I am using here. Suppose I am writing one more method, M1. In M1, I am declaring another variable D. Now D is local variable again, which is local to M1 method only. Local to M1 method only. Inside M1, you can print D. Can I use A inside M1? Yes. Can I use B inside M1? Yes. Can I use C inside M1? Can I use C inside M1, guys? is causing problem. SOPC. C you can't use here. C you can't use here because C is local to show method only. D is local to M1 only. Okay. So basic definitions clear. Variables declared inside a class without a static keyword are called as instance variables or non-static variables. Those instance variables can be used in any methods of a class. Variables declared inside a class directly with a static keyword called as static variables. Those also can be used anywhere in any method. Variable declared inside a method is called as local variable, which is local to that method only, can't be used in other methods. Variable declared inside a M1 method, local to M1 only, cannot be used in show method or any other methods. But a class level, whatever you declared, can be used in other also. So basic points about this. Now, we'll do small labs to learn more about this. So we do the lab 3 now. Lab 3. This is skeleton. What is the point we are observing and learning from the lab? We'll write down as a comment here. Int A semicolon. Printing A. Very simple lab. Tell me what happens. What is the output of this program? As per our discussion, it should be 0. Okay. Fine. Harishankar is telling us error. Might be you have this idea. See Java C lab 3 dot Java. Compilation error, guys. Variable A might not have been initialized. What it means? This error coming in this program. This is giving error, right? Compile time error. Compile time error. This is the error. If error is coming, you should note down clearly. Error is coming at a compile time or runtime. Some are compile time errors, some are runtime errors. Okay. So what is the meaning of the error first? It is asking that A is not initialized. A is not initialized. But why A is asking to initialize? I think we observed the previous lab 1. If you see, I'm going to the lab 1, guys. I declared int x. Whether I have initialized it, whether I initialized x, whether I initialized x here, no. But x value we displayed as 0 previously, we got a 0. These all variables you see, byte, short, int, long, float, double, boolean, str. I did not initialize any of these variables. I printed, it has shown the values, default values are shown because we discussed that when you are not initializing, JVM is initializing the value. But why it is doing here, telling error that you did not initialize? Because what kind of variable it is, guys? A is instance variable or a static variable or local variable? A is a local variable. Local variable. Okay. The point to take here is local variables will not be initialized by the JVM. Will not be initialized by JVM. JVM will not initialize local variables. Then what JVM will do? What JVM will do? Only instance and static variables will be initialized by the JVM. Point is clear? Local variables will not be initialized by JVM. Only instance variables and static variables will be initialized by the JVM. Point is clear? In the lab 1, what are the variables? Those are instance variables actually. That's what initialized. Local variables will not be initialized. So if you want, whenever you declare a local variable in Java, this is standard point. Whenever you declare a local variable, you have to initialize before using that. You have to initialize before using that. Point is clear? Next. Lab 4. Static int a semicolon. So I'm declaring variable as, now a is what? What variable a is, guys? A is a static variable. So whether JVM initializes static variable or not, JVM will initialize static variable with what? Default integer means 0, we know. So this program has to compile, right? It will compile and run successfully and gives the output as 0. It compile and run successfully and gives the output as, because static JVM initializing. Yes, this compiles and runs, gives the output as 0. Compile successfully, executed all successfully, giving the output. Okay, one more test for you. Now what A is? What A is? Is it local or instance or static? A is instance variable. Whether JVM will initialize instance variable? Yes. So what happens now? It seems the program has to compile and run successfully. Let's see the case. There is a new point here to land. These are all standard points and error, right? A is instance variable. Instance variable also called as a non-static, right? Non-static variable. The compile time error is non-static variable cannot be referenced from static context. Context here is a main method is static, right? Main method is static. So instance variables, this is the error message you're getting. The point to take is instance variables cannot be accessed from static method. This full definition error message, we'll explore it later. Instance variables currently cannot be accessed static methods. By object or something, I'm not going so deeper, Naveen. That we'll see in the, because we do this common programs. Before we going to object oriented, we'll see 100+ labs. So that anywhere we are using this error, you should know, basic error. Instance variable, A is instance variable, Lakshmi, right? A is instance variable, am I right? Instance variable is not allowed to access from the static methods. Simple rule. Why? Don't ask yourself now why. There is a big reason behind this. We will explore that in the object-oriented programming concepts. Currently, remember that instance variables are not allowed to access from static methods. Only that point, remember it. Standard point. Anywhere if you are seeing that instance variable, you are trying to access from static, it won't allow directly. Okay, you can use a term otherwise directly also. Directly. Okay, fine. So compile time error, because instance A is instance variable. You cannot access instance variable from static context. Context means it may be a static method or any static related things. We don't know much about static. We'll talk about only this point is important for us. Okay, done. This is done. So about the 3 variables, I told you 3 scenarios. What are the points you understand from this? What are the points we have taken? Instance variables, whether JVM will initialize or not. JVM will initialize instance variables. JVM will initialize static variables. JVM will not initialize local variables. Fine. Now, static variables, can be called from static block. Instance variables cannot be called from static block because we have a static method currently. Main static, we can't change it. So that's what we are learning this point. Okay. Now come to the more about a variable declarations. You can declare variables with a different kind of syntaxes. Number one, declaring single variable in one statement. Declaring single variable in one statement. What it means? Int a semicolon. So I'm just declaring int b. How many statements we have now? How many statements are there, guys? Two statements. So this is separate statement. This is separate statement, this is separate statement. This is statement number one, statement number two. In one statement, how many variables you're declaring? In one statement, how many variables you're declaring? One variable only. Declaring a single variable in single statement. This is not new for us. We can do this, right? You can declare the variables. Only declaration we are doing. Only declaration we are doing. Next. Number two, you can declare once. Later, here we are not initializing any value. If you want, you can initialize later. For example, initialize, second point to line is initialize single variable in one statement. A is already declared above. So already declared means again you can't say declared. A 10 I am initializing. B 20 I am initializing. What is this statement? These two statements are called as declaration statements, right? You are just declaring. These are called as declaration statements. And these are called as initialization. You are initializing with the value. This terminology very important. Initialization statements. Because you are initializing the already declared variable with the value. You are not declaring here. You are initializing now. Means it is already declared. Now you are initializing. So you can declare separately at one place. Later, whenever you want, you can initialize the respective variable. So we'll do that small lab6.java. Int a semicolon. I'm just declaring the variable. Okay. String variable also I'm string str semicolon. Two variables I declared here. Two variables I declared. And I am printing it. When I print, you know the reason what happens. Tell me what happens if I compile this program. You should answer correctly. What happens when I compile this program, guys? Error message, because a and str are the local variables. A and str are the local variables. You are declaring and printing. You are using it, right? But you are not initializing. Are you initializing? No, I am not initializing. Whether JVM will initialize? No. JVM is not initializing. You are not initializing. Then what to do? It won't accept. Without initializing, you can't use the variables. Either you initialize or let the JVM to initialize. Anyone has to initialize. Because of the local variables, in this program, JVM will not initialize. And you are not initializing. Then compiler will not accept that. So compile time error will come. So I am declaring, right? These two are declaration statements. Can I initialize later sometime? Yes. A equals to 99 I am writing. I am initializing later. str equals to, say hello guys. So I am initializing separately. I am declaring first and do something. When you write a big program, first declare it. Means you are allocating memory. Later, whenever you initialize, then you use it. So declaration only, then only initialization. Lab 6, simple. It means we can do that in a separate lines also. We are telling 6, lab 6, compile successfully. Just printing the same values, nothing new in that. You can also both in a single line. Can I do both in a single line? Two points we understand. Third point. Third point, declaring and initializing single variable in one statement. One statement is one declaration statement, right? In one statement. In one declaration statement. So it means I am saying int a equals to 10. In this, you are declaring come initialization. Both are doing, right? You are declaring come initializing. Both are happening here. Declaring, initializing. String str equals to hello guys. You are declaring and initializing. Both you can do in one statement also. Do a small lab on this. 7.java. So here only, write 99. Here only, write hello guys. Declaring come initializing in the same statement. Declaration come initialization in a, and currently we are declaring one variable only. Remember it. One variable we are declaring and initializing. So compile this lab 7 and then lab 8. Lab 7 compiling and declaring come initializing. Anything you can do that. These are all single variables only. Next. Point number 4, the declaration syntaxes. Declaring multiple variables. Declaring multiple variables of same type in one statement, one declaration statement. I am just declaring multiple variables, only declaration of multiple variables. So can I say like this, int a comma b comma c semicolon. If you want to declare 3 variables, you can usually do like this, int a semicolon, int b semicolon, int c semicolon, 3 statements like this. So what they did is they given a shortcut syntax. You are repeating anyway int, right? Int repeating. So they given a syntax that don't repeat this. You put comma like this. So in this statement, how many variables you're declaring? How many variables? 3 variables you're declaring. What is the type of all 3 variables? Same or different? All 3 variables are of same type. And sizes allocation, how much memory will be allocated? For A, 4 bytes, for B, 4 bytes, for C, 4 bytes. Totally 4 plus 4 plus 4. Individual allocation is same only. Only syntax is simplified for you. And now my question to you guys, can I declare multiple variables of different types in one statement? Can I declare multiple variables of different type in one statement? String str1, str2, semicolon. Here I am declaring 2 variables. Can I do like this? Int a, comma, byte b. I am declaring, this is one statement. One semicolon is there, one statement. In a one statement, I am declaring 2 variables. Okay, but data type is different. That is not possible. They didn't give a syntax like that. There is no big reason. Because are you reducing any syntax? Nothing, right? So anyway, you declare 2 different types means you write int a semicolon, byte b semicolon. Because of declaring in a single line, are you reducing anything? No use. That's what they didn't provide. The syntax is not there. Syntax is not there simply. And you can also initialize number 5. Initialize multiple variables of same type in one statement. So already ABC are initialized, right? ABC are declared, for example. ABC are declared already. So I want to initialize the value for A. Suppose I want to initialize 10 for A, you do that separately. 20 for B, you do that separately. And 30 for C, you do that separately. But I want to initialize same value for A. A equals to 99, B equals to 99, and like this you want to do. If you want to do like this can be simplified using a syntax. A equals to B equals to C equals to 99 you do. Only this can be done. If same value you want to initialize into multiple variables, yes, you can do this syntax. Different values can I do? Not possible. Different values, not possible. So what happens here is first 99 will be assigned to C. See the order of execution. First 99 will be assigned to C. And whatever value in C, what value in C? 99 only. Whatever value in C, that will be initialized to B. Whatever value in B, that will be initialized to C. The order of execution is internally like this. First the value to C, C to B, B to. This is how that expression will be evaluated internally. Okay. So now we can see one small lab on this. For example, declare and declaring a initialization. Yeah, we'll see that, Pawan. I'll show you that. You see this syntax and this lab and tell me what you understand. Lab 8 I'm doing. Int A comma byte B semicolon. Int A comma byte B semicolon. I'm not printing anything also. You print, say hello guys, I'm printing. This is a lab 8. Or according to booklet means I think I printed A and B. So here what you have to see is I am declaring two variables in a single statement. Can I declare a two variables single statement? Yes, two variables you can declare. But two variables of same type you can declare. Can I declare a two variables of different type in a same statement? Can I declare a two variables of different type in the same statement? Different types not allowed. So this program has to give compile time error, lab 8. Yes. So it is giving two errors. It is not a statement like this. So what's the point to take from this? You can declare two or multiple anything, multiple variables of same type, multiple same type in one statement. But you cannot declare multiple variables of different types in one statement. Oh, again gone. So point is clear in this. Now 9. So same you can declare, right? Declare comma initialize means can I say int A comma B comma C? I'm declaring multiple variables here, A, B, C, of same type. Yes. And you can initialize also. A equals to B equals to C equals to 99 I'm assigned. So I can print now A, B, C values. Same value only you are making into that. Similarly, you can do that for string also. String any type string str1 comma str2 comma str3 semicolon. And you print as str1 equals to str2 equals to str3 equals to say JLC I am writing. You can print all three variables. Right? You can declare multiple variables of same type in one statement. Yes. One more we are also learning here. You can initialize. You can initialize multiple variables with the same value. With same value in one statement. Same value assigning to multiple, initializing to multiple, same variable declaring same type. The two things we can do, right? So I think lab 9 has to compile and run successfully because everything are allowed according to syntaxes. That is my mistake. I didn't lab 9. Okay, spelling file saved wrongly. JAVA Java. 9 points also clear, right? 9 compiled run successfully, and also points to take is these 2 points. Next to 10, lab 10 dot show. Lab 10 dot show. You can declare and initialize the last point. I think, Pavani, your question is here. Sixth rule you are learning, sixth syntax you are learning is 6 is you can declare and initialize multiple variables of same type in one statement. Multiple variables same type. For example, you can say int. Previously we declared like this, int a comma b comma c. Here what we are doing, guys, it is just declaration. Am I right? It is just declaration. But you can do initialization also. We can declare and initialize. So you say int a equals to 10, comma b equals to 20, comma c equals to 30. So in this you are doing declaration come initialization plus initialization. Both you are doing on this. Syntax is clear? I think this is the question you asked at Pavani. Clear? This is allowed. This is allowed. You can do that. Lab 11. These 6 rules where you can declare multiple variables. So I can say int a equals to 10, comma b equals to 20, comma c equals to 30. Okay. Declaring come initialize. Similarly, here you can say str1 equals to jlc, comma str2 equals to sri. Make 2 enough. You can do even this also. So the point here is you can declare and initialize multiple variables of same data type in one statement. There's a point you are taking under this. This is the rule number 6 we learned. Give the point number 6 point you are landing on this, right? Compile and run this program. So this is 10 we didn't do, no? This is the 10th, I think, not 11 actually. I saved as wrongly 11. It is 10 on 10 dots. Or 10 already there. What I done 10? This is the 10 I taken. Okay. Declaration and then what is the 9? Oh, 9 and 10 same. Okay. 10 I saved it. Might be I forgot to. This is actually 10. Various syntaxes clear, guys? Done. So this is sixth point we learned of all variables. So clear about all syntaxes. This is sixth point. Declare and initialize and only declare. Only initialize. Single variable, multiple variables, three combinations. Right? That's about the variables. Now in this particular module, in this section, we have one last topic that is about a final variables. Final variables. Final variables, which are also called as a constants. Also called as constants. Constants means, what's the meaning of constants, guys? Constants, you can't change the value, right? Whose value cannot be changed. Till now we discussed about the variables. Variables means you can change a value of a program, value of a variable any number of times in the program, right? You declare a variable, you assign a value, again you change it, again you change n number of times, you can change a value for a variable. Variable means it changes. Constant means fixed. You can't change that variable. Here constants, they implement as a final variables. Use a keyword final. Variable declared with the final keyword is called as variable. Final variable which is treated as a constant. It means you say that you are declaring, suppose, int a equals to 10. Now you declare int b equals to 20. But if you don't want to change a b value, you just declared a keyword extra. Now b is a final variable. B is a final variable whose value cannot be modified. You can't do any changes to that. A is a normal variable whose value can be changed n number of times, no limit. Once variable, you can change n number of times. And in the keywords list, there is a keyword called a const keyword. Have you seen that? CONST, all small. Const keyword is there. In a C language and C++ language, to declare the constants, they use the const keyword. But here, const keyword is there in the Java keywords list, but cannot be used. Const keyword cannot be used to declare the constants. Only final keyword has to be used to declare the constants. Final keyword has to be used to declare the constants. Yes, come back to the lab number 11. Okay, so you know variable can be changed, right? So I am first declaring a variable int a equals to 99. No, I am printing my a, guys. I am printing my a. Can I change a value to 88? Yes or no? What happens when I compile this program? What is the point to take? Variable values can be changed anytime during the program execution. Yes or no? Yes, we can change. Is it a variable? A is a variable. We can change n number of times, not one time. You change 1,000 times. No objection for me. You have no objection for Java compiler also. Compile it. This is nothing new in this. Variables can be changed. We are testing it. So 11 will compile and run successfully. Same variable, one time assign 99, same variable, again I am changing the value to 88. Yes, it has to compile and run 99, 88, it prints. Done. Lab number 12. I am declaring constant. Now, rules when you declare a constant, Number one, final variables or constants. Use capital letters always. Use caps always. This is a naming convention, guys. Use caps always. Any constant you see, use caps always. Only caps. Only caps. All capital letters. And when all capital letters use, sometimes it may be difficult to read the message. For example, I am writing student number as a constant, guys. How to write all capital? STUDENT, student, NUMBR number. Right? Student phone number, for example, I am using student phone number. Student. Constants, naming conventions, use always all capital. So multiple words, when multiple words are there, if you combine, readability is not there, right? So rule to follow is use underscore for every word. Use underscore for every word. So you can easily read it, right? Student phone number. One word is there, all capital. What are the naming conventions for a classes and variables? For a classes and variables, use first letter capital. If you're writing a student phone number as a class name, you're writing as S capital student, P capital phone, number and capital. This is a class name conventions. Variables, if you declare normal variables, first letter all small, first letter all small, and second letter, first word all small. Second word onwards, remaining second, third, other words, first letter capital. These are variable naming conventions, class naming conventions, final variable, constant naming conventions. So you always declare as a capital I am declaring, capital I am declaring. And so this I am doing. What happens when I compile this program? See the lab number 12, guys. What happens when I compile this lab number 12? Cannot assign a value to final. Up to this, okay. This line, okay. You're declaring, this is A. I didn't use the final keyword. I forgot final. I forgot. Now it is a final variable. A final variable declared. Okay, good. Then I'm printing it A value. Good, fine. Now this is the problem causing. When you say A equals 99, it will tell this line has to cause a problem, right? Oh, you are assigning an 88 again, but you can't assign for this because already value assigned. That is final. One time you assigned, right? One time assignment is final. The one value assigned, that is the final. The reason for using final keyword is one assignment is final. You can't change it. So this program has to give compile time error. Lab number 12 has to give compile time error. Yes. Error. Cannot assign a value to a final variable. This is error you take. When error is coming, compile time, right? CT I am writing shortly. CT error, compile time error. Okay. Very good. That is done. Now, '13. I am using 30. Final int A and printing it. You think and tell me. '13, what happens, guys? Final must be initialized or local must be initialized. This is a final and local also, right? A comes under many categories. A is a variable, right? Anyway, A is a variable, right? What kind of variable A is? A is a local variable. Can I say that? Can I say A is a local variable? Yes. Second point, A is integer variable. This is integer variable, right? This is integer variable. And also this is a final variable. This is local, final, integer variable. Final, local, any combination you can use. Now all the rules you have to apply. That is important. All the rules you have to apply. And a final variable, we can't change a value. Very good. But as a local variable, you must initialize before using it. You must initialize before using it. Before use, you must initialize. But I'm not initializing. So compiler will scold definitely, right? Compiler has to scold us because 13 lab number 30. A might not have been initialized. Variable A might not have been initialized means you are not doing initialization for that. Please do that. Okay? Done. So this is clear. So that is just to confuse. It seems like a final. You are thinking in the final angle. But the point is you have to think in a local angle. It is a local. Local must be initialized. Next point, lab number 14. I am adding here A equals to 99. Okay. Now, in the final variables, there are a blank final variables. Final variables, there are blank final variables, guys. So, we're talking about blank final variables. What are a blank? B-L-A-N-K, not C-K. Blank final variables. Blank final variables. It means variables, final variables declared. You're declaring like this. Final int A. Are you assigning a value here? Are you assigning a value here? No. So when you're declaring a final variable, when you declare a final variable without assigning a value, when you declare a final variable without initializing the value, this is called as blank final variable. So blank final variable is declared as a final, but not initialized a value. But you have a chance, one time you can initialize this value. Because one time you have to initialize, otherwise no meaning, right? Otherwise no meaning. What's use of keeping that without a value? Blank finals one time can be initialized. So I am declaring A as a blank final here. I am declaring A as a blank final here and initializing one time and printing it. This is okay. It compiles and runs successfully. Remember, this is a blank final variable. Compile successfully. Printing as yes. Blank final allowed. And remember, blank finals are only local variables can be the blank final. Only local variables. So this is, in this point to take is 14, right? 14. 14 was the point to take, guys. Blank. This is a blank final variable. We are talking about a blank final. What is a blank final variable? A final variable is declared without initializing the value is called as a blank final. And another point is only local variables can be the blank final variable. Local variable only blank final means why I am telling specially like this. Only local is a blank final means why I am telling this specially, guys. Any specific reason for why I am telling only for this? We have other types, instance variables and static variables. Instance variables, static variables also can be declared as a final, regular final, not as a blank final. I'll tell you that point again later. We'll come back to that. Okay, lab number 15, guys. I am declaring a blank final. assigning a value. Can I modify the blank final 2 times? Blank final 1 time only allowed to modify. 2 times you can't do that. So tell me what happens. This program, what happens, guys? This has to give an error. 1 time assignment, okay. When you declare as a blank final, no value. So compiler gives us a chance to assign a 1 time. A equals 99, 1 time assigned, my chance over. I can print it. A equals 88. Now you are assigning again. Already 1 time assigned value for blank final. Again, you can't assign value for this, right? So 15 has to give compile time error. See, A might already have been assigned. It is telling A might have already assigned. 1 time assigned. 1 time assigned. Blank final variable, 1 time you can assign the value. But you are assigning second time. So it is CT error, compile time error. It is not telling you can't modify. See the reason. Previously in one lab, final variable when I modify in the regular final, which one the lab is 11, 12, lab number 12, guys. You see? In this, what is the error message we got? Already 99. This is a regular final. It's not a blank final. This is a regular final. I assigned a value 99. When I'm assigning 88, it has given that cannot assign a value to final. It is telling you can't assign a value. But now same thing I am doing. Already 99 assigned, again I am assigning a value. It is not telling cannot assign a value. 99 already assigned, 88 I am assigning. But it is not telling you can't assign a value. It is telling already assigned. Because it is treating as a blank final. So internally it is keeping that it is declared as a blank. So 1 time you have to allow assignment. When you do first time assignment, it is telling okay, fine. When you do second time assignment, it is thinking that already assigned the value. You can't assign this. Fine. That is a blank final. And so 16, the last lab. I think you will answer this lab. All of you can answer it very easily, guys. CONST, const int A equals to 99. Very easy lab. Very easy lab, guys. Lab 16. Error. You can't use the const, right? Const keyword cannot be used. Any keywords, anything not allowed to use, it will give an error, illegal start of something. You can't do this. Illegal start of expression. This expression you are starting with the illegal keyword. This expression you are starting with the illegal keyword. Illegal start of expression. Illegal, not allowed. Error is illegal start of expression. CT error is illegal start because const keyword is there in the keywords list but not allowed to use. Done. And this is a test for you, lab 17.java. You think and tell me. So I have regular final variable. Final keyword you use int A equals to 99. So I am printing A. I am printing A. I am also doing something like this. You tell me now. You make it as single line only, easy for math. I am thinking error will come. I am thinking error will come. A9 only I assigned. If I do like this, A equals to A plus 90. This, what this expression does, you are doing an arithmetic expression, A equals to A plus 90. First arithmetic expression will be evaluated. A value 90 and A value 90 and 90 literal 99 will come. 99 you are assigning to final variable. So it gives error. But here I am not assigning, you see. What I am doing? I am finding an expression. I am finding an expression. Then result comes as 99. 99 directly I am printing it. I am printing it. I am not assigning to A. I am not trying to modify the final variable on this. I am printing it. Yes, I can print. So any objection for this? No, this program will compile and run successfully and gives the output. A value first prints 9 prints. Then it prints 99. It prints as, this is the lab number 17, right? Yes. Nine and 99. And any compiler optimization on this? Tell me how a compiler will optimize this. This is a piece of code having this many number of lines. What will be the optimized code of compiler? You type in the chat box. You write down in the notepad and type there. So this is the code. How compiler will change this into the byte? How compiler will optimize this? I want an optimized code of the compiler for this. Already I given that introduction part at the beginning. Code optimization case. So what I told there are two optimization techniques will applied here. One, local final variables. If any local final variables are there, all the occurrences of the local final will be replaced with the value, correct? So first, all the occurrences of the local variable will be replaced with the value. Means A9, wherever A is used, it replaced with the value 9 and a 9. After replacing the A occurrences, all occurrences with the value, it removes the final variable declaration. One optimization. Second optimization is, this is a constant expression, am I right? In this 9 plus 90 is a constant expression. Anything is there to change it dynamically in the runtime? Nothing will change. If any variable is there, if I say A plus 90, A value, A is a variable. Maybe I may take the variable dynamically at runtime, but nothing to take dynamically at runtime. So it is a fixed. Compiler only will optimize. We'll do the arithmetic expression will be evaluated by the compiler only. So it becomes the 99. This is the optimized code of, correct? Can we test it on the decompiler? Online free decompilers we have, I think. Yeah, Pawan, you're right. Even no need to put that in double quotation also. Just directly 9. See how I have written 9? Directly 9 you can pass. Directly 99 you can pass. No need to put that in double quotation. Yeah, no double quotation. Yes. Online decompiler Java. Yes, the first one you go. Okay, we need a file. Huh? Okay, let me to take a file only. File means compiled one required. Okay, keep this anyway. I'm deleting this code anyway. You know that. Lab. Okay, you can keep this, no problem. Compile it. Lab 17. You compile. We have to upload the dot class file. Choose the file. Dot class file. Where is the MyGLC 2.0 batch 2 core Java module 2 part 1 17 dot class file. I have to upload. Upload and decompile. So you got this, guys. See, same thing, right? So remaining also do experiments. Remaining final also you do the experiments of that. Done. Now this is the 2 points we have to land. The local variables only will replace. 17 is this. Okay, I am writing another variable 17a, which is 17a. If anything I am writing ABC extra means that is not there in booklet. 17a I am writing, which is not there in booklet. Okay. So I am declaring, can I declare instance variable as a final? Question number 1. Yes, final int a equals to 10. What is a, guys? Is it instance variable? Yes, declared in the class directly without static keyword. Can I declare a static variable as final static int b? Yes, static variable can be final, no problem. Instance variable can be final, static variable can be final. Local variable anyway can be final, right? Local variable anyway can be final. Okay. So I'm printing all, this is, I'll make as C, guys. Okay. So local final, static final, instance final. 17A. Compile it. Compilation, I think no big trouble for us, right? We are, what is error? Okay, okay. This is the problem for us. Instance variable, anyway, we can't use it. Take out the instance variable. Or if you want to test the instance variable itself, I'll take a separate class. Okay, in separate class means again decompilation issue. Okay. Um, yeah, you are right. Error only. You remember that point. Very good. I'm taking a variable, subroute method, void show. Okay. So these two I'm declaring in this. This I'm declaring in this. Now is this fine? In the main method, you just create a hello object and call the show. If anybody not understanding, please ask. Don't simply sit there and this is not the right time to listen that Durga. You don't compare a static and final. Okay. Only we are learning final variables. Static we'll talk later. Currently about static, what is the point I told? One point I told. Static variable, declare the static keyword. That's it. Deeper about static, in object oriented we'll talk. Until that you have to wait. I didn't tell anything about static as of now. So currently we are checking the combination. Instance variable, we know what is instance variable, we know what is static variable, we know what is local variable, we know. Now, can I declare instance variable as final? Yes, you can. Can I declare static variable as final? Yes, you can. Can I declare local as final? Yes. All the labs we discussed local final only, right? Yes. 17, yeah, I'm compiling. Done. It compiles, right? So the point we are learning here is instance variables can be final. Static variables also can be final. Fine? Okay. Now, this hello.class, I will take this hello.class for decompilation purpose. Upload the hello. Anyway, test is not required for us. Hello class only important for us. And see what happened. This is the point you have to take now, guys. Important point. What do you understand now? You see the code and understand and tell me. Spacing. What spacing, Muhammad? Pawan, you are right. See, there is a local final, right? This code I'll keep on the top to compare it easily. Keep this on here. You see, compare our source code and bytecode conversion. See, we have instance final. Whether instance final is removed from the bytecode, instance final not removed from bytecode. Final static, final instance not removed, final static not removed. Only final int C, local final declaration statement is removed. Only local final declaration statement is removed. Instance final, not removed. Static final, not removed. Second is occurrences all are replaced. Say A is a final instance variable. Final instance variable, see 10. 10 is a final variable replaced, right? Final variable occurrences will be replaced with the corresponding values. Final variable can be anything. It is a local final, instance final, static final. All types of final variable occurrences will be replaced with the corresponding values. Yes, A will be replaced with the 10, B with the 20, C with 30. But removal of a statement, only local final variable declaration statements will be removed from the bytecode. Point is clear? Point is clear, guys? Say something, yes or no? Very good. One more point we have to cross check here. 17b.java. This is also not there in booklet, guys. 17b. Tell me. I hope first you have to understand what experiment I am going to do, what point I want to explore. You have to guess the first question you have to understand. Then answer, God knows. Do you understand the question first by seeing the changes? This is, I am testing on the blank final. I am testing on the blank final. Local variables. Can I have a local blank finals? Local variables, local final can be a blank final, correct? We are testing whether instance is also blank final, a static also blank final. That is the point we are trying to cross check. I think I told this point already. Guys. So as of your knowledge, this program will compile or not, tell me. This bytecode conversion takeout not required for you now. Phoneme is telling it will compile successfully. 17b, guys. Read and tell me. Line number 13, line number 14 are giving the problems, guys. Line number 13, A equals to 10. When assigning A equals to 10, it is causing, cannot assign a value telling. When assign B equals to 20, it is telling, oh, you can't assign a value to B. Why it is not allowing? Why it is not allowing me to assign a value to A and B, guys? Why it is not allowing me to assign a value for A and B, guys? And C, it is allowing for C. C equals to 30 when I am doing it is not giving any error. When I am saying C equals to 30, it is not giving any error. Means C is the local final, which is considered as a blank. So it has one time chance to assign a value for local blank final. So it is not telling anything for C. But AB or the AB, it is not considering as a blank final at all. Correct? It is not considering as a blank final. It is not considering as a blank final. That's what it is not allowing one time also. And okay, I am not assigning this. Now you see, I'm not assigning. Okay, I'm not assigning. 17b. Now what it is telling? Variable B not initialized. Variable A not initialized. It is asking to initialize A and B. It is forcing you to initialize A and B. It means, can I have instance variable as a blank final? Can I have instance variable as a blank final? Can I have instance variable as a blank final? You are not typing any answers. 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 You are not typ Very good. No, instance variables cannot be blank final. What about static? Can I have static variables as a blank final? No. Can I have local variables as blank final? Yes, local only can be the blank final, and only local variable declaration will be removed in the bytecode conversion. Static instance can be final, cannot be blank final, and static instance final variables will not be removed in the declaration statement in the bytecode conversion. But all types of final variable occurrences will be replaced with the corresponding values. I hope you're done with the all final. Any questions on this? You ask. We have done 3 topics, guys. 3 simple topics completed. We have discussed about in this part 1. Okay, we'll come back. Part 1, we have seen identifiers. What is the part 1 done? Come back here to list out the things. We have seen keywords and identifiers, data types, variables, and a constants. Nothing but a final variables. Only these 5 topics we discussed as of now. This is the part 1 of module 2 Java fundamentals part 1 completed. Okay, in this what you have to do, you study all of these programs, all the points given in the booklet, and then what you have to do is there is an assignment waiting for you guys. M2 part 1. You have this booklet already. M2 Java language fundamentals, keywords, identifiers, data types, primitives, and reference types, user defined types, all the table given here, variable types, syntaxes, primitive variables, reference variables, examples, right? And I given a table also, primitive references, all the points we discussed. Next, other types is depending on the scope, instance static, basic introduction given on this. Then we have done the 3, 4, 5 labs, variable declaration syntaxes we have seen, all 6 categories of syntaxes, and the labs we have seen on this, 10. Then constants or final variables, lab up to 17 labs you are done. Now you have a summary. The key points are given in summary. Default value of this, everything, local variable. JVM will not provide value for local variables. Local variables must be initializing before using. Standard key points will land in all this given here. You by heart all this. Then you go for assignment 1, guys. So you take a book, white color book, white book, no rule. Buy one red pen and blue pen, and you write the question as red pen. Answer you write whatever answer you know, you write that. Next, each question write answer blue color, you write down all this. And any question you are not getting the answer, that's where we are discuss about that. If you come back with I did not understand this, right? You can't say I don't know what is variable. Basic things you have already, right? Any tricky questions, you come back. There are 31 questions. You have to see, can I use a const keyword to define a constant? If so, what will happen? Can I use? No. If I use, what happens? It gives an error, illegal start of expression. That's how you have to land everything very, very in deep. After finishing answers for all of this, then you write down answers. Then you have a practice test, guys. Test your practice test 1. This question you read and find the answer. You write down your answers and keep. Initially, don't compile this program. Don't copy paste this and save as a test 1. Compile, check the error. Don't do that first. First, yourself, use your brain. Yourself, you see this is the question. With the concepts you learn, You are able to answer this question or not. You write down your answer here. You write down your answer. You write in a one book somewhere, rough paper, you write. So what you understand, you apply. You understand everything or not. You write down the answers for all these practice test questions in your own first. Write in your own first. Then after writing in your own. So this is you have to do honestly, guys. You are at remotely at home. I can't come and see what you're doing, right? You have to do this honestly. If you really want to learn technology, you do this sincerely, honestly. After finishing that, then you go and compile this program and check what error coming really, what you guessed, correct or not. If wrong, you think why it is, understand the concept. If not understanding, that we will discuss in the doubt session. Clear? You have to finish. There are 15, how many are there? Oh, there are 30 questions are there. 30 questions are there. Clear? You have to do. So what is the first order of learning process? First, what to do, guys? First, you finish learning first read my notes. If concept, whatever explained is super clear, then not required this. Listen the video again. If concept any doubt, listen the video again. If concept wise any doubts, then listen the video. Otherwise, not required. Then read my notes. Read my notes. Whatever PDF given, read that. Then practice the labs. Practice labs. When you're practicing lab, for each lab, you have to learn from this lab, what is the point I am learning? If it is giving error, why this error is giving? From that, what is the point you are learning? From each lab practicing, you should understand the point I am learning from this lab. Correct? And after that, read summary. Summary points are there. Read summary by heart if required. Then do the assignments. Do the assignments. Then do the practice test. You write down this as a checklist. This is what I do for a part 1. Module to M2, part 1. I have to complete that. If concept when I'm explaining, you already got a super clear, then no need to go for listening again. You directly start reading the notes, practice the labs. While you're practicing the labs, you have to take down this lab. This is the point I'm learning. This error is coming. The reason for error is this. Like that, now onwards, you have to start learning small points. You can't become a super programmer in overnight. Slowly, you build your fundamental skills so that you will become very strong in technology. If you really dream about super Java developer, you start learning fundamentals. I'm teaching every small point also to you, right? So you have to spend time. You should have a time, patience, energy to sit, do all this sincerely and honestly, right? This is what you have to do, guys. Okay. That's about today's session. Again, we'll meet with the next session in the next topic in the next session, guys. Thank you. Have a nice day.